You're the first one. This doesn't mean stop on a dime. It just means you got a minute to wrap up. You ready to go?
Yes.
And your name, full name, Ms. Fox?
Okay, Misty Anderson, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about riding motorcycles and dirt bikes.
All right, go.
All right. I started riding sport bikes back in 2006, and they gave me the nickname Crash when I started riding because I would get on the bike, and the bike was a lot taller than I was, and I didn't have it modified, lowered yet, dropped where I could reach it. So I was on the bike, leaning over it, and just messing around, really, when I first started learning. I was teetering it on my legs and revving up the engine, vroom, vroom, thinking, all right, I can do this. So I was fidgeting with the gears, and I dropped it down into first, and of course I let off the clutch, and you let on the gas, and I just kind of took off and didn't quite know what to do, so the bike just went whoop, and I fell on the ground. Wasn't going probably 10 miles an hour, so finally I got back up, and my husband said, well, you are not riding unless you can pick up a bike, because I'm not going to be with you every time we ride. So I looked at it and I said, you got to be kidding me, that thing probably weighs 350, 400 pounds, and here I am trying to figure out how I'm going to pick up this motorcycle. So I get down and I squat and I pick up the bike. It took me like 3 minutes just to finally walk that bike up to the sitting position, and finally I said, okay, come take it, because I can't get the kickstand down right now. I just wore myself out. So actually I get back on the bike and I take off, and I do really good, and I'm down here at the old airport, and I'm riding and hunched over, and I'm thinking, shit, I'm running out of room, I can't go straight anymore. So I'm going, and I'm like, okay, so I slow way down, and the bike's teetering again, and I'm trying to turn. Instead of making a sharp turn like I should have done, I probably circled all the way up back to where Trillium is sitting, and all the way back around, and went back down the runway. Turning is my worst thing for riding motorcycles. It scares me, I don't know why, even to this day. So I finally, I took the written test, and I passed that, and I went and took my driving test, and miraculously enough, I did pass that. The instructor was really nice to me. I don't know if it was because I was a girl or not, but I did that. So from my motorcycling, I decided, oh, I'm going to buy a dirt bike. How fun. Everybody we ride with has dirt bikes and four-wheelers, and my husband rides a four-wheeler, so I'm like, okay. I don't like four wheels. I feel like I'm more safe on two, so I bought a dirt bike. And we were out at Lake Milford one day, and I was taking off, and I was sitting there in first gear, just putting along, and they have these little rolling hills out there. And I decided I'm going to be the little stunt girl that I am, and I take off down the straightaway over these rolling hills, and I'm standing up on the dirt bike, feeling pretty safe, and I hit the last hill, and I just go whoop, over the top of the bike, and I lay there for a little bit. I was like, I'm all here. I can move all my fingers and my head and my legs. And I look back, and the dirt bike was probably 5 feet, and I look up, and I see, we always go riding with friends, and I look up, and I see Curtis above me, who had gotten off his dirt bike, and I flip open my helmet, and he's looking down at me. He's like, Misty, you all right? And he just had this big grin on his face. I mean, he was like, yeah, thanks. So he gets up, and I get back on my bike, and we take back off, and Jody and I decided to veer away from the guys, and we went down another trail. And out there, they get so washed out that they have big ravines, and on each side, her four-wheeler made it, the four-wheel sat up on the side, but it had such a trench in the middle that my dirt bike was having a hard time catching the dirt down there. So we were taking off, and she was following me, and we were probably going 35, 40 miles an hour down this thing, and I get down there, and I'm going, and I'm losing my bike, and I go onto the side, and I can just feel my legs, and I'm just going and I couldn't get the bike pulled back up, and eventually I ended up crashing again into this ravine, and she was standing over there on her four-wheeler, just couldn't even get off. She was laughing at me so hard. So that's my stories of riding dirt bikes and four-wheelers and motorcycles.
All right. Now make a list. What worked, Or what would you have done differently? What would you think she should have done more of?